What's up everybody, Maximus Grahamicus here, and today I'm going to give you guys an update on the power of the Primal Matrix, alright, and basically the meat and sweet of what we can expect from this new patch update here in Wildstar. Alright, so in order to access the Primal Matrix, first you gotta be level 50, and then you need to talk to Dressura somewhere in your capital city, okay, in Ilium or in Thade. It should be near the contract vendor, and you can always ask a guard, you know, one of the guys with the little green arrows above their head if you can't find the contract dispenser. And you'll bring to just Dressura here, talk to her, complete the quest, and then if you click the bottom left here, there'll be a new tab down there for your Primal Matrix. There's no button set for it by default, but you can set one if you want, and then clicking that will bring up your Primal Matrix UI. Okay, so now we've got a whole new skill tree here. And this is something that is really, it's supposed to take us a long time to complete, but you're going to be getting bits and pieces of progress and stuff like that on a daily basis. So don't freak out that this doesn't get done right away, and you know, and this is something that's supposed to take a long time. So we're going to be doing different types of content to gain different types of essence. Okay, so there is Crimson Essence, Cobalt Essence, Viridian Essence, and Violet Essence. Now, one thing I'll tell you with the essence stuff is that it is account wide, so if you guys earn essence on any of your tunes, any of them, it'll be earned by all of your tunes. So if I went out and earned 100 essence on my warrior here, and then I switched to my stalker would also have an extra 100 essence. But each of them has their own different their own skill tree. So you can I can spec my essence how I want on this guy, and then I can switch over to my other guy and spec my essence how I want with him on that guy. Okay, in a completely different way if I want to. Alright, so earned is account wide, but spent you have basically your own tree, and once you spend your points it is permanent. You cannot unspec or respend, like respec basically. There's no respecking once you've spent your points. Okay, so now how do we earn essence? Well, earning essence, you're gonna press N and it'll bring up your content finder, and then there's gonna be bonus here, this bonus tab. And you want to check out this bonus tab because this is going to show you your multipliers. Okay, so these things are all going to run on a timer basis. And so here for Storm Talons later, running this is going to give you 4 times the amount of Cobalt Essence for running this. But you only get the bonus once within the given time limit. And then after that, it goes back to its normal rate. So the first time I run Storm Talons, I'll get 4 times the amount of Cobalt Essence. If I run it again, I'll just get the normal rate until this resets and goes to another dungeon or something like that. But the idea here is to really try to run as many of these and get as many of these bonuses as you can, you know, and get them as much essence, you know, within these time limits before they reset, right? And especially with the Violet Essence, because the Violet Essence is what you need to spec your ability points and your amp points here, and that's what's going to get you, you know, into another tier and allow you to spec those points, and eventually allow you to spec your ability points as well, your new abilities. So every class has 2 new abilities, a new assault ability and a new support ability. And the interesting thing about this is that the first point that you spec in it will bring the ability to tier 1. You won't be able to to spec it up to tier 4 or to tier 8 or anything like that. You won't be able to adjust your ability points to boost it up until you unlock the other ability points and stuff in it in the tree. But doing this will automatically bring the skill up to tier 4 and then to tier 8. So first you get tier 1, then you get tier 4, and then you get tier 8, and it specs the ability points for you, so you don't actually have to use the ones you already have. So you're going to get that on top of your extra 9 amp and ability points that you'll get to spec however you want in the rest of your build. Okay, so there's also 3 new stats with this patch. There is tenacity, there is toughness, and there is hope. So tenacity, what does tenacity do? It increases your damage against targets the lower on health they get. And then toughness increases your damage mitigation the lower on health you get. And then hope increases your healing against targets the lower on health they get. Okay, so those are 3 new stats, and those are only able to be gotten in the Primal Matrix here by speccing these certain points. Okay, so that's how you guys can get essence. And that's where you're going to spec your points and fill out this Primal Matrix. And doing this by speccing points, it's going to give you a bit of heroism, 25 rating per point, and will increase your heroism rating. So in the PvE section here, we now have what are called prime levels, or prime dungeons and expeditions. There's no more veterans. Okay, so now basically everything has a prime level, and there's a new expedition called Evil from the Ether, and this is one that is scalable. So this one here, starts at level 0, but if you complete this and you get a silver medal, then you can go on to the next level and do level 1. If you get a gold medal, then you can go up 2 levels and you can do level 2, and so forth. And if I would complete level 2 with a gold medal, then I can do level 4, and so on. Okay, so when you're running through expeditions and dungeons, you only get essence for completing the mandatory objectives. You do not get essence for completing the bonus objectives. However, but completing the bonus objectives will give you a better medal in the expedition or dungeon, and getting a better medal gives you a better chance to get gear, and better gear. So not every dungeon or expedition has a scalable feature here, so these ones here are going to be set at prime level 0 by default, and the base level gear for prime level 0 is 65. Okay, and as you increase the prime level difficulty, the base level of gear will get higher, from 70 to 80 to 90, all the way up to 100. The highest level is 9, goes up to 125 for the base, but gear also has a chance to upgrade to a higher quality and to a higher item level. So you could be running a prime 3 that has a base level gear of something like 75, and you could get a piece of gear, you got a gold medal, and that gear upgraded to a higher quality, you could get potentially up to 150. You could get a 150 piece of gear out of any one of these dungeons that you run. But the higher that you run, the higher the base, and the better medal that you get, the better chance you have to actually get an upgraded piece, giving you a better piece of gear. But it won't give you faster essence, because you only get essence for doing mandatory objectives. So if you're not worried about the gear and you just want the essence, just blitz through it and skip all the bonus objectives, all the optional ones, and just do the mandatory ones. But if you do want gear, or you want to progress to the next level, then try to at least get a silver medal. Okay? And now another thing here is it's going to give you a recommended heroism rating. Now this heroism rating isn't necessarily like a wall that you need to have this much heroism rating or else you got no chance of beating this level. It's a bit more of a recommended guideline, but you can still clear a lot of these levels, and people are still clearing Prime 9 and Prime 10 already with basically no rating. They're just not doing it very quickly. So another thing that's good to note about this rating as well is, as long as your rating is lower than the recommended amount, you'll basically get like a handicap. Okay, so you're going to be dealing less damage to the mobs, and the mobs are going to be dealing more damage to you than they normally would. But once your rating is equal to or greater than that of the prime level of the recommended one, it then works the opposite, and you get a damage boost to the mobs in there, and then they'll deal less damage to you than they normally would. So even if you're wearing the same gear, but then all of a sudden your rating goes up and above the recommended level, you'll notice a significant difference in how much damage you're dealing and how much you're receiving, because of that boost. So that is one of the good reasons and incentives to build up your rating, so that you'll be able to do higher levels without that handicap getting you through them faster. And your other tunes as well will be able to have that same rating and might not have as good a gear, but because of the rating, they'll get the bonus and they'll be able to clear levels and get geared up faster. Alright, so you got count-wide essence, lots of ways to earn them. Alright, there's world bosses, contracts give them, daily quests give them. There's even a bonus in this for like the daily quests. So Crimson Badland, the quests out there give times 10 essence right now. PvP still gives essence as well. And yes, if you guys have any other questions on ways to get essence or methods to get essence and stuff, then hit me up on my channel, leave some comments and stuff. If I missed anything, let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun enjoying getting your essence, running this stuff. Everything is booming right now, so have lots of fun. The place is exploded with population, and I'm going to have some class guides out for you guys very soon as people get more points and start unlocking some of their new abilities, alright? So enjoy, guys, cheers, and I'll get more videos out to you soon.